Hi guys, it's Debbie Corso from healingfrombpd.org, and I have a number of updates I wanted to share with you guys. So this is a personal vlog post, but it includes announcements about things that hopefully you'll be interested in as readers and followers of the Healing from BPD webpage, the blog, the Facebook, the Twitter, etc., etc. So here we go. The first thing I want to announce, in case you haven't heard about it already, is the movie Borderline is out online on this website on healingfrombpd.org. If you're looking at the website, there's a little square on your left that says border and then an underscore for borderline. It's a brown square. You can click on that and watch the movie. It is under 30 minutes in length. It's a documentary that was directed and produced by Dr. Tamara Sadler of Sausalito, California. And the subjects include myself, a really awesome woman named Precious, Teresa Lynn, and Lisa. So 4 very different women, and we all bring our stories to the table, and this film was really done in a compassionate light about borderline personality disorder. So we're really trying to get the word out, spread this around, sharing it with friends and loved ones that we trust, that we want to educate more on this illness, and also to clinicians, social workers, therapists, to see that their investment in working with those of us who have any type of mental health issue, but specifically in this movie, BPD, there is hope for recovery. So it can be really hard, there can be ups and downs, it can take a long time before things really click and start to change, because we're undoing so much of what has happened over the years in our brains, and from environmental factors to physiological, biological situations that all come together to possibly create BPD in an individual. So in this movie, they don't really get into, or the director didn't really get into those aspects so much as the personal story. So you'll learn a lot about me and my personal struggles with BPD, as well as triumphs, and of the other ladies as well. So I encourage you to consider, if you would like to watch this movie and share it around the web with others, that is available for viewing. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to share with you is my excitement that the Psychology Today issue that came out today includes an article that was done about borderline personality disorder. I was one of the people interviewed for it, and I thought I was only quoted twice, but I'm actually quoted throughout the entire article, and the most important quote to me is the one that they used to close the article. And Elizabeth, I'm sorry if I'm just butchering your last name, but Elizabeth Svoboda is the journalist who wrote it and interviewed me, and she was coming from the best place of compassionate intentions of wanting to show people there is hope with this disorder. But I will give her a trigger warning, because the title that was picked, if you look at the article online, which is linked from my Facebook page and I've been tweeting it out, it's called The Kings and Queens of Chaos, I believe. So kind of a dramatic pictures that I wouldn't choose in my blog post. You guys will see what I'm talking about. And basically, there's talk about this article about the biological aspects and the environmental aspects of BPD and different struggles of different people, and also triumphs as well. I do think some of the information could be triggering, so just read it at your own discretion when you're feeling strong enough to look at something like that. So again, it's the Psychology Today magazine that came out on September 3rd, 2013, and the online version of the article is linked from all of my social media. Frankie decided that he wanted to be in at least a portion of this segment because he's so proud of his mama, as is my other kitty. Aren't you, mama's baby? I want to thank you guys so much for where you've positioned my books, basically on Amazon. My ebooks are available on pretty much all of the retailers that are online, as well as, including Smashwords. And Stop Sabotaging this past weekend for a minute was in the top 20 in the emotions section under mental health in the Kindle book section. And I was so excited, and I was tweeting about it, and I went to take a screenshot, and then later when I looked it moved to number 22. But I'm still so excited to even be in the top 100. So thank you guys so much for buying my books and sharing, with others about how they've helped you in your journey. And I love hearing from you guys, and I love reading your reviews and seeing your highlights when you do them on Kindle and Nook and different places like that where I can see them. So the 2 titles that are available are Healing from Borderline Personality Disorder, My Journey Out of Hell Through Dialectical Behavior Therapy, and Stop Sabotaging, a 31-day DBT challenge to change your life. Really long titles, but if you type in Debbie Corso in any of the ebook retailers, you'll be able to access them there. Because Google will bring them up, or you can just go to debbiecorso.com, or you can go to healingfrombpd.org and click My Books.
Yes.
And last but certainly not least, I have an announcement to make about the website. Now, you guys may have remembered a while back when I made an announcement that I was going to be transitioning with the website. I was looking to sell it. I had put it up for sale. I was taking bids. What happened was I ended up going into a partnership, and it has been going on for at least 2 months now, and I was just talking to my connection over there, and we decided it's time to announce what's going on, basically. And actually, this isn't the last announcement, but so stay with me after this one as well. I just thought of 2 other things. But basically, I am now in a partnership with the Optimum Performance Institute, also known as OPI, and the ROAN program, which is a part of that. And this is a program down in Woodland Hills in Southern California, and they provide services to youth 17 to 28, male and female, who have emotion regulation issues. And I'm so excited about this partnership because basically, essentially, this has been going on for a couple of months now because they're like getting things in order and deciding how to present it to my audience. And as you can see, nothing's really changed, and they're not planning on really changing anything. I would say the biggest advantage to this partnership really though is that I now have access to and connections and liaisons with psychologists, psychiatrists, and participants in their program to collaborate, to bring articles, about things that I couldn't bring on my own, and other special projects that we have ideas about that will be coming up in the future. So I will put information about them down below if you want to check them out. So they are officially a partner with me at healingfrombpd.org. And I'm so excited about this collaboration. They are wonderful people. They're doing so much to help people that have emotion regulation issues. And honestly, I wish I had known about them when I was still in the age bracket to receive services, because it just seems like something that a program that I would really thrive in, so definitely check them out. Okay, so the next item on the list is I am honored and excited to let you guys know that I was nominated and accepted onto the board of advisors for PDAN, which is the Personality Disorder Awareness Network, and they're at pdan.org. And I'm alongside some really awesome, wonderful people who are doing such amazing things in the area of personality disorders. And if you go to their website, you'll see there's a link for board of directors and board of advisors. I'm now on the board of advisors page, and you can see the company that I'm keeping in terms of people I'll be collaborating with to do all sorts of things to reduce stigma and advance education and advance awareness and compassion for those who suffer from personality disorders, including BPD. There's been some mention that I may even get to go into high schools and talk to students about just different issues. Basically, PDAN focuses on prevention of personality disorders in children, especially children at risk, because, for me, myself, I think about it sometimes and I wonder if certain elements hadn't been there with abuse and neglect and just different things that had happened, would I have developed BPD? It's possible that I would not have. It's kind of like we have predispositions to certain things, but they may not manifest. So it is my honor to be a part of an organization that is going to work, and that is currently working, to help prevent the development of personality disorders in children so that they don't have to endure the suffering that many of us have had. Not to say that our suffering is in vain, because now we can actually go and help these children. And if there are opportunities to get you guys involved, I will let you know, because I know that some of you are probably really interested because you love children and you want to work with them and you want to use your story in a way that can be helpful in this area. So I will definitely keep you posted. I'm so excited about this opportunity. I have been doing little micro blogs about mindfulness for borderline personality disorder. It's a new book that's out, and I've been implementing and including certain quotes about how BPD affects the brain, including the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala, and how DBT helps to change and shift these areas of the brain, strengthen them, and cause us to be able to handle our emotions a lot better, because as emotionally sensitive people, that's one of the biggest things that we experience and that often gets in our way in terms of, when the emotions get too big to handle, we can sabotage and do things that we don't want to do and get stuck in this. So as you guys know, on healingfrombpd.org, I have been and will continue to be blogging about how to take DBT skills, dialectical behavior therapy, and use them in real world applications so they make sense and they're not just these clinical terms or these seemingly really simplistic concepts that, how do I really make this cause a difference in my life type of thing. So I'll be continuing to do that. Also, alongside therapist Alicia Paz, MALLPC, I believe. I think those are her letters after her name. We have a website called dbtpath.com where we teach DBT classes. We co-facilitate them together. So she's a licensed therapist, I'm a peer, and those are the roles we take in the process of delivering this material. And what we do is we send you guys links to videos that are only available to people who are enrolled in the classes each week, along with lectures, supplemental material. There is a weekly DBT skills coaching component that you could take advantage of via email, and you can either ask me the questions as a peer or Alicia, who is a therapist. It's up to you, or we can both answer. And there's a weekly online live component. It's optional but highly recommended, and if you ask other people who've taken our classes, I think it's really important because it builds community. We get to know you. It's an online meeting type program, so you would use like a USB microphone headset, and Alicia and I are live on there talking, and if you want to participate, there's like a little button you can press to raise your hand and we call on you. If you don't want to, that's fine. Usually people are a little shy at first, not everybody. And we have a group online and we discuss the skills and we work on them together. So if you're interested in something like this, the classes are really intensive and they're 4 weeks long each. And right now we have mindfulness and distress tolerance 1. We also have distress tolerance 2, but that's only open to people who obviously just did distress tolerance 1 with us in the last round. And if you have any questions about that, you can let me know in the comments below. I will do my best to answer them, or Alicia will. And I think that's it on that. Okay guys, so before I go, I just want to let you know, some of you know because you follow me on social media and we connect a lot, that tomorrow I start an 8-week PTSD type trauma recovery group. I'm going to be an attendee and I'm going to be facing things I haven't felt able to face in the past. And it was recommended to me before when I tried this group and kind of couldn't handle it and had to drop out of it, that maybe I go through DBT first. So I've gone through DBT, graduated, and now I'm going to try this group. And it starts tomorrow night. And hang on, I want to show you something. Okay, I just wanted to show you this notebook that I picked up today at TJ Maxx. I bought it to use in the 8-week group that I'm going to. I'm going to be sharing my experiences with you as much as I possibly can and as much as feels safe and appropriate in terms of what I'm learning to deal with the past trauma so that I can work through it and move through it. And I'll be using the DBT skills obviously in that process and learning new skills. So I'll be sharing that with you. I decided to buy myself a nice notebook to encourage myself to take notes in the class. And the reason I picked this one is because it spoke to me immediately, actually, because this is a pattern, it's so weird, of wallpaper that we had in the apartment that my family lived in at the time when a lot of the trauma happened. It had a burgundy background instead of a yellow though, so the reason I picked, but the same kind of pattern, it was kind of velvety, it was like super 70s. But the reason I picked it is because it has that element from the past, but then it has this bright yellow and this yellow ribbon that represent hope to me and kind of the future. So it's taking both of those components and acceptance. And so the pattern and the way this notebook looks to me actually has meaning, and I look forward to using it. And I encourage you to do the same if you're starting a group or going to therapy, or if you come to DBT Path, get something like this that has meaning, that calls to you, that when you look at it, it's a reminder of your goals and what you're doing, or it soothes you and makes you feel good when you look at it. So that's it for this update. Thank you guys so much for listening and hanging out with me for this whole video. I look forward to connecting with you, and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time, either here or over at the blog. Bye for now.